into anything at this point.
I can't. My brain is not telling me where like the nearest Dairy Queen or something is. Chauntoria.
The hard part is gonna be finding a drive-thru.
Oh, what about Chick-fil-A? What do you think about Chick-fil-A? I like their milkshakes.
I've never had a Chick-fil-A milkshake.
Oh, it's done. That's what we doing.
Did y'all hear how hard?
Yeah, because not you've never had a milkshake. Golly, and there's so many good ones. Well, not so many. They don't carry that many options. I think they keep it that way so that you're not all overwhelmed.
I didn't even know Chick-fil-A had milkshakes. I just thought they had lemonades
Do you
and
go
water.
Do you go to Chick-fil-A?
I do.
Does Chick-fil-A ever see you?
They see me for the fries.
Okay, yes.
That's about it.
So what we finna do is we're gonna do it this way, because Chick-fil-A, when you even Steak and Shake, like when you eat their fries with the milkshake, I don't know why it hits the way it does.
Do you dip?
Oh girl, I don't get all that messy.
See, I dip.
I sip some of the milkshake. I throw the fry in my mouth real fast.
See, the dip is just easier. You
It
scoop
is,
it with the
but
dip.
I'm messy. I don't want to be walking around with somebody like, you had some cookies and cream milkshake. Like, what is that on your shirt? Ooh, but now that we done mentioned Steak and Shake, but you ain't never had no milkshake from Chick-fil-A, so we gotta go there.
Look, I go to Chick-fil-A a lot. So if you decide on Steak and Shake, I like Steak and Shake. I'm only over here for art supplies.
Where's the art? Oh, Michael's.
Yeah, they see me so much. I should be an ambassador at this point. They take so much of my money a month.
You should do an affiliate program or something, or like, you guys get this from Michael's. This is how I started. This is what I do.
Huh. I'm gonna write that down in my mind because I don't want to pull out my phone.
Okay, so do you remember when we met?
The first time or the time we actually spoke?
Okay, so yeah, the first time.
Because the first time we met was technically at a Columbus. It wasn't. I met you before Columbus Got Talent.
You did meet me.
But the first time we spoke was at a Columbus Got Talent show.
Yes.
Because I heard you sing Summer Walker, and I was up there getting my life. We gonna talk about the host one time, because one of the best vocalists I've ever heard live. Okay, shook every single time. She got up there and sung Summer Walker.
We talking about me.
I'm talking about you. I said the host. I thought you were the host.
I thought you were
Talking about you. Okay, because yes, had me up there shook, dropped everything in my hand. I was like, oh.
Because the first week I went to Columbus Got Talent, bro, I messed up.
You messed up what?
The first week, so that wasn't my first week. That was like my third or second time or something like that. And the first week I sung Before I Let Go by Beyonce. And I sung something. Something Alicia Keys or something. I don't remember. But it was a mess up. And I messed it up. And I just remember Souls being on the front row and me being like, oh, she's gonna think I suck, because I had already wanted to invite her to do a show with me.
Yeah.
And we did the show. This ain't about me. We're gonna get back to Gabby in just a second.
This about her too. She amazing.
Oh, thanks. And so I went up there and did that one, because I was like, the first week I went, they said, your background music's too loud. We can't hear your vocals. We so used to people doing vocals from their, like, with their backing track. Hi.
Can I have the name for your order?
Tori.
Gotcha. What can I get started for you?
Do you like cookies and cream shake?
Do they have vanilla?
Do you have a vanilla shake?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have a vanilla shake?
Okay.
And a crumble. You know what I'm talking about? The shake that's crumble something.
Oh, the caramel crumble. Unfortunately, that was our seasonal shake, so we don't have it right now.
Do you have the peppermint?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah!
Peppermint.
Because I came a few days ago and they were like, we don't have it yet. And I was just like, okay, but is it coming? And they said yes. And so now today is the day, and I'm so excited.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, seasonal flavors.
I did not know that was a thing.
They have cookies and cream. They have all sorts of stuff.
Excuse me, ma'am. What are your flavors of milkshake?
My favorite is the strawberry. It's really classic, but another good one is like chocolate and strawberry mixed together. I really like that.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Can I get cookies and cream with a little peppermint on top?
You said what was that?
Cookies and cream with a little peppermint on top.
Like the little
Absolutely.
shavings.
Yeah.
And I'll take the full-blown peppermint chip, and we'll do 2 small fries.
All right. So did you still wanted that vanilla shake as well?
No,
No, we
we'll
gotta
take
take that one off.
Okay. Gotcha.
Sorry.
Okay. And you said 2 small fries.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What kind of sauces would you like with those?
The milkshake is.
The milkshake is the sauce.
Absolutely. I get that. Okay.
No cherry for the peppermint chip.
Okay.
Like cherry.
I love cherry.
So a peppermint shake with no cherry and a cookies and cream shake with peppermint flakes on top and 2 small fries.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's gonna be 15.
And today on Who's Going to Pay, we have LaKendra Huckaby versus Chauntoria. All right, Chauntoria's in. She's got her wallet out. Oh, and LaKendra. Thank you, guys. Thank you. What is she doing? Are you racing me?
You guys have a wonderful day.
I'm excited for this shake.
Yes, me too. Because, oh my God.
I'm gonna have to tell my friends that Chick-fil-A has non-basic milkshake flavors. I just thought they have vanilla and
Seasonally.
chocolate.
Don't tell them that, because no, the line be too long already. Don't come up here, because if you didn't know, you don't need to know.
You know what? This is the shortest the line has ever been at a
It's all,
Chick-fil-A.
listen, the line is always short for me.
Ooh.
It's always short
Yes,
for me.
energy.
Yes, I speak that.
Yes.
And I always get a good parking spot. I never wait for a long time at restaurants. I just get what I want. That's just what I say.
It's the energy everybody need to carry. It's that manifestation energy.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes.
Yes. All right. This was not one of my questions, but I'm gonna ask you while we're here on break, trying to get our shake.
Oh, you just gonna rap?
A little bit, but no. Are you into manifestation too?
I am.
Me too. Very strongly.
Yes.
Very strongly so.
Still learning. I feel like it's a constant learning process.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that people tend to not understand. It's like every part of life is a constant journey.
Yes.
Every part of life is a constant growth journey. At no point are you just gonna be like, I got it all figured out. I'm just like the people who are always like, yeah, I'm shitting on these bitches and stuff like that. No, oh, hi. Did you hear that?
We don't believe in that, sir.
Yeah, we don't be shitting on bitches.
shitting
We'll
on
be
these
saying
bitches.
you. But yeah, like the people who say that tend to be the ones that are
Not.
they maxed out.
Yes.
They maxed out.
Ooh. You know what I've learned recently
What?
is that you have to be what you want to be. So what I mean by that is like people be saying they want to be influencers with 6K followers or something, but
Tori.
Lori?
Tori.
Lori.
Just waiting on my shakes.
Shake.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to yell.
Oh, you're good. You're good. It's Christmas time.
It is. It is Christmas time.
Like this.
Yeah.
yes,
That
thank
looks
you.
so good.
Ooh.
Damn, they didn't put no.
Guys.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, remember, you're amazing, okay?
Oh, remember, I'm amazing.
I can remember that. I just see it in your eyes. You look like me in person.
You're
She
an amazing
is.
person. You want to know why?
I'm redheaded and I look good.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, the energy.
What's your name?
Big country.
Big Country.
Big
What do
Country?
you do, Big Country?
Huh?
What do you do?
Here.
Mm-mm.
Like, what do you mean?
Outside of here.
Oh, mud ride, hunt, deer hunt, fish, you know.
Okay. Ooh,
Okay.
yes.
A true
That's
redneck.
dope.
We love
side
you.
by side. Yeah. Y'all live here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're artists.
Y'all need to come ride, go ride side by side. Let's get a little mud.
I am
Yes.
open to that. Yes.
How can we? Oh,
Come drop by next time and, yeah, give me a number.
are you always here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we gonna be back.
Okay, Big Country.
I'm here for
We
Big
trying to talk
Country.
about manifestation.
Big Country. Just
Big Country out here, like, come ride my side by side.
I'm riding the side by side.
I'm riding the side by side too. We going together.
Y'all
Next
wanna
time
know
y'all
what-
see us, we gonna be covered in mud.
We need to add that to the end of the energy.
In all honesty, I never saw Big Country again.
We out here with Big Country.
Yeah. So I'm not drinking my little thingy thing.
Can we get straw? Oh, okay. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
This is so pretty. I don't even want to drink it right now.
I don't know. Show the camera. Look at what she got them to do to her cookies and cream
they did
shake.
that is peppermint and chocolate flaked on top.
We gonna park. R.I.P. to O'Charlie's.
Oh, it is closed.
They shut that shit down.
They shut down Q too, and I'm still hurt about that.
What's cute?
Q Korean Steakhouse. They shut it down. Sunday was the last day. It's gone.
Mm.
I love a good cook in the middle Bring me all the premium meat.
The one time I went there, I didn't do a good job
What do you mean?
cooking my food.
Like,
Well, I gotta cook it.
what? That is the purpose of the Korean steakhouse.
I know what the purpose is. I'm just saying. Well, if you see I'm not doing a good job,
Oh,
y'all need somebody to step in and assist me.
They're
Now I ain't gonna
supposed
have a good experience. They were like, yeah, you can just where the cook at? Tell him I said come here and show me
The
what
cook
to do.
says you are the cook.
Right.
That's not my job.
What am I doing? I said, well, is there like a special way y'all make it? Is there anything I need to put on it? Me and my little date was like, I don't know, he was enjoying himself.
My little date is killing me.
His food was good. We were supposed to be, well, I guess technically my food was good. Because we cooked for each other. My boy got the shorter end of the stick, okay?
Oh, man.
Okay, well, that's how you want it. Manifestation. That's where we were at. So, this is what I'm taking from what you're saying about being.
You have to be what you want already.
Mm-hmm.
You are not going to become a 6-figure influencer if you are not doing the things a 6-figure influencer would do.
Right.
You are not going to be a famous musician if you are not out here doing what a famous musician would do.
Right.
Like, if you want to do something or accomplish something, you got to be doing the stuff already for it.
Right.
Because manifestation does not mean you ask for stuff and it just all comes to you.
It also doesn't mean you plan for it and then you wait.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, when you're manifesting the things that you desire and that you want in your life, sometimes things will fall in your path, but you got to be on the path. So that means if you are like me, myself, if I'm a singer, I'm not finna go bring up nobody nowhere. I'm not finna go teach nobody nothing. And I mean, like, I'm not gonna go try to be a teacher. I'm not gonna go be a bank teller. I'm not finna work at McDonald's because I'm not an employee. I'm a singer-songwriter. I own a business. That's it, because that's what I want. And I'm manifesting something bigger for those two paths. If I get off those paths, I can't come upon the things that I'm supposed to encounter on those paths. Remember that.
That's real. Although, shout out to those of y'all who are able to hustle and balance it, okay? Because I cannot do 9 to 5s. They are painful. Literally, they are very
take away
painful.
your life. They take away your focus.
Yes.
They take your focus off of your purpose. They give you anxiety because they shrink you.
Mm-hmm.
They limit you in the things that you're able to do.
Yes. And this society loves that.
Yeah.
So they will work you to death for pennies. And you could do one performance and make $150 for like being up there for 15 minutes. And when I experienced that, I started demanding more, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how am I making more on stage doing something I love for 15 minutes than I make in a whole day in someone's factory? I used to do factory work. In someone's factory. Yeah, I actually found out I was pregnant with indigo while working in a factory because the factory said if you go to the hospital, you will not come back to a job. And I chose to go to the hospital.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't try to make this job more important than my life.
Oh, they tried.
Like, don't try to make a job more important than my life. I absolutely hate that. Some of y'all bought the cake that was sold to you from kindergarten to high school. Y'all really bought into this idea that you have to have a job, that you have to have someone else's system in order to make it in life.
Yeah.
To clarify, I'm not saying that you don't need to do something to earn money. Simply saying you don't have to do it at someone else's business.
Some of us do. Some of us do. But if you know that you're miserable every day when you go up there, if you like, that's something inside of you telling you that, hey, this ain't the spot for you.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't for you. Some of us are more creative than we know.
Mm-hmm.
And some of our souls are knocking at the door like, free me.
Like, let me out.
Let me out.
Let me be.
This is not for me. And you're miserable at that job because that's not what's for you. Your purpose is what's for you. And you're not allowing yourself to walk in your purpose.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say it's too many people comfortable on autopilot. Because I really call it autopilot when you wake up every day miserable. Because the thing is, it starts with your mentality. One of the things I've learned, because I used to be very pessimistic. You know, like I grew up, I was very pessimistic because of, I grew up in a very my home was weird, and I grew up in a very strange home. Like, my dad, I've talked about my dad's story quite a bit, but my dad was a minister who was addicted to something, and it eventually destroyed our family. Like, my dad left us in a home, and all the power was cut off. He just left. He didn't tell us bye. He didn't tell us anything. He just left. And we wake up the next morning, power cut, water cut, everything cut. Middle of summer in Georgia, like 102 outside. And the house is hot, and we can't flush a toilet or turn on an air or run water. And my dad calls, like, I want to say he called like a week later, like, hey, I'm in Connecticut, because my dad's from Connecticut. We're in Georgia. Like, you disappear, and called us days later, hey, I'm in Connecticut. Like, didn't pay the bills, but I'm in Connecticut. And,
How did you guys bounce back from that?
my grandmother, thank God, we were homeless a little while, but my grandmother took us in and let us live there. My grandmother on my mom's side, she's always been there for us when we needed stuff like that, or a place to like lay our heads. But yeah, like, that happened. My mom got really sick when I was a preteen. I want to say I was like 12, and my mom, she had surgery on she had like hernias or something. She had surgery, and then she found out that she has this disease called fibromyalgia. So fibro is one of those things there's no cure for, and it's pretty much like your body's joints are being attacked, and she's always in pain. But there was one point where my mom could not get out of bed. It's lasted for like a whole year. My mom could not get out of bed, and she would lay in the dark in pain, and me and my brother had to take over a lot of responsibility, because I love my dad. My dad didn't know how to do certain things, and me and my brother had to pick up that slack. You know, like, what was missing, we had to pick that up.
This was before he left?
This was before my dad left, yeah.
Okay.
Like, my mom had fibro, and she got really sick. We helped take care of her, and we kind of just had to learn how to do certain things for ourselves along the way. My mom, thank God, had taught me how to cook a few things, so I was helping with the cooking, and me and my brother were helping with the cleaning. And me and my brother were both in what is called the IB program, which is the International Baccalaureate. We were trying to balance school and home life and church life. And
This is a trigger warning for those who may have experienced SA or R.
So much at a younger age. And then another thing a lot of people don't know, because I don't talk about it a lot, like, I was 7 when I was a child as well. I was seven or 8 when that happened. Okay. So I had a lot that I was kind of forced to try to heal from, but as a child, you don't know nothing about healing or what that means. Yeah. I just know somebody did something to me that was inappropriate, and now, like, going through puberty, I'm hypersexual and don't know why. Like, I notice things other little girls don't notice. Older men find me more attractive, and nobody my age thinks I'm attractive. My self-esteem suffers, so I'm wearing like these big baggy clothes to hide my body because I feel shame. And then you go to church and you hear how women who dress skimpily are like evil and how they are like temptation to the men in the church. Like, you go to church and hear them kind of things, and it's like, it's just a lot on a young black girl who's bullied for being dark and having nostrils that are large and having nappy hair and having big lips and having everything society hates.
You are a tall drink of water. You are a beauty. I
did not feel it for a long time.
I know the feeling.
Took 23 years. Literally took 23 years. And yeah, like, growing up hard made me pessimistic. And then as an adult, like, I told my brother this all the time, because I have a little brother. He's 2 years younger than me, and he's killing it. He's an electric and computer engineer in LA. And I tell him all the time, I don't feel like I've ever rested. Like, ever. I've always been either running from something, like forced to accept something, but not resting from it. I've always been forced into like this struggle mindset. Whether it's struggling in my craft, struggling in my life to find, I guess, stability, like grounding, and realizing I had to find that grounding in myself. So something about like not being pessimistic is that when I started changing my mindset about how I was approaching life is when everything else started changing. Because I'm not going to say I'm at the point I want to be at now, but I'm happier.
Right, it's a journey.
You know, like there are going to be days where you wake up and you're sad, but it's your duty to yourself to snap that back, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like living in gratitude, because yeah, I'm not making 6 figures off my art yet, but my child is healthy. I wake up every morning to a hug from the most adorable 3-year-old.
The most
Like,
beautiful.
and he's so loving. He is everything that I have tried to be my entire life. Like he loves so purely. Like he
he's
sees
in that safe space that you've given him to be able to be that.
Oh, I'm about to cry.
So kudos to you. No, that's real.
Oh.
Because that's something that, you know, I think we all want.
Yes.
We all wanted growing up. Like, just allow me to be able to be safe and to have that freedom to express myself. Like, you wouldn't believe how I used to get in trouble. Not severe trouble. There was no like really bad trouble in my household.
Yeah.
Not for me. But for the others. But I would like be goofy, and then, you know, I love my dad, but my dad would be like, stop acting stupid. Like, you're not, you know, like, stop being a clown, you know? So for a long time, like, I'm a very comical person, but for a long time, or in public, really, I don't walk in my whatever that is.
I mean, you kind of do now, just a tad.
I do now. I've grown to love that part of myself.
Yes.
I took the time to nurture myself, you know, and become more and more comfortable with expressing myself and dismissing the things that don't allow me to feel that.
I love that. You're hugging your inner child.
Oh, every day.
And
I
letting
talk to
her
her
know
every day, okay? Because she was very lonely growing up. My inner child, my childhood, I was very lonely. And I had a sister who was like 11 months older than me.
Wow.
But, you know, I was physically alone. Like, my sister was with my grandma, my dad's mother. She chose to go there, and me, I was, you know, at home with my mom, but my mom had her own, like, I know I'm her child, but my mom had her own thing going on. She was, you know, looking at it from an adult standpoint, she was just trying to find ways to escape the reality of loss, you know, because she lost her mom when she was like 20. See, if I was 7, she was 30. My mom was maybe 29, 30. So she had lost her mom, and now, you know, she has these 2 kids. She also, my mom lost her husband, not because my dad died, because he's still alive, but, you know, they went through a separation. They broke up, and it's like, my mom, it seems as though she kind of got her validation from everything external, you know. And so whenever things were going wrong outside of herself, there was no way for her to nurture her insides other than her vices, whatever they may have been at that time. And that one of those things just, you know, I almost don't want to say it because it made me sad, but one of those things just was not me. Yeah, I wasn't one of those things that, like, we didn't hug a lot growing up. I can't remember. I remember us, like, up until her mom died. Like, after that, it didn't, I don't remember doing that. Like, I would call her on the phone because she was my favorite person forever. And I would call her at her job. She worked at the Waffle House. And I would be like, you know, just talking to her, just telling her I love her. And then before I get off the phone, we go, mwah. You know, like, you kissing each other through the phone. I just absolutely loved her. So for you to be there the way that you are for Indigo, creating that space for him, you know, a loving home, even now, even when you need a break, you still, Indigo, you make sure he's taken care of. You know, he's not just sitting in a room by himself waiting for mommy to decide. You know,
I really want to hug you right now, and I can't reach you because we're in the
this
car.
awkward ass position.
I'm so sorry. I'm hugging you in my mind.
Oh, well, thanks. I can feel it, actually. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
I appreciate you being open enough to discuss that with me. That means a lot.
Yeah.
That we're able to, like, find a safe space within each other to talk about things like that. I feel like more people can relate to things like that than we know, and they don't know how to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hug my inner child every day. I really do. I do. I talk to her every day, and when I'm really sad, I let her know that, hey, I'm sorry, bro. I made these decisions that got us here, but I promise you, like, there's some things I promised myself I would never do again.
Yes. Oh, yes.
To protect myself.
So much.
You know, and like my inner child does not stop at like 10-year-old me or 7-year-old me. Sometimes I'm hugging 18-year-old me like, God damn, like, I'm so sorry that I made those decisions, you know? Like, oh, this is getting deep. So I wanted to talk to you about Indigo a little bit. Yes. You did bring him up, but I just want to say, like, he's like one of your greatest pieces ever created.
He is. He is the greatest. I love him so much.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all knew.
All the artwork you've ever brought into this world, all the things that you've ever shared with the world, Indigo is definitely one of the best. Yeah.
I really want to talk about his birth story, because when I tell y'all, I was going through it. Number one, I didn't even know I was pregnant until the beginning of my 3rd trimester.
Like 6
because
months?
I worked in a factory, and they had me working 13, 14, 15-hour shifts. I was working in Newark, New Jersey, and we were working in a refrigerated factory, HelloFresh, and we had to wear those snowsuits to like stay warm. But up there, most of us didn't have cars. Most of us rode the bus. But because of how late they held us when we were getting out, I walked home.
Okay.
My home was about 8 to 10 miles away, depending on what part of the factory. So every night. Did
you have friends or like?
Oh, my friends walked home with me.
Yeah, okay, y'all was in this together. Okay.
No, it wasn't always that way, but there were quite a few nights where I had to walk home by myself because my friends just did not come to work. But yeah, like I was in a snowsuit at 3 a.m. walking home 8 to 10 miles because the buses were no longer running, and I would be walking in the dark. I would be walking through like parks with like very questionable individuals everywhere. It would be 4 a.m. and I'd be getting off, and instead of hopping on a bus, I'm walking home in a snowsuit in the dead of summer. So think 93, 94 degrees. I'm pregnant, don't even know it. Wow. Because I was so skinny because I was walking home 6 days a week at one point. In a snowsuit, because it was the hustle up there. I never questioned it. I was just like, I gotta survive this because I don't know what's on the other side of this. But if I don't survive this, I won't know. There were times where, like, I had a man that was stalking me. So I would be getting off work. He had learned my schedule, I guess, from watching me from afar, and he would be like appearing where I lived. Like there were times where he would be on the doorstep, like waiting for me. I didn't know this man. Okay. Like,
did you live in an apartment complex?
Yes. I lived in a townhome complex.
Did you have a shared porch?
No.
So he was on your
yes, waiting for me. He would be waiting for me. I had to file a restraining order against a man I did not know, because this man would be like waiting for me. And think I done walked 8 to 10 miles to get home.
And now you can't even get into your home because if you open the door, he might come in.
I would see him sitting, and I would walk an extra 3 miles around and come back around to like avoid having, because there would be times where he was just like, I guess she's not coming tonight, and he would leave. But I would see this man, like there was one time, because there were trees around my townhome complex, like he was like in the trees waiting for me, and he would like pop out, like he was trying to get me to go on a date with him, but he would like pop out. And up there, I used to be afraid to like say no to men, because I had a friend get shot for that up there for saying no. She got shot for turning down a guy in New York. Like, he actually shot her. She didn't die, but
I mean, just like
the fact that you're getting shot, you're getting attacked for telling a man no. So in Newark, New Jersey, it was all about survival for me.
The life, like being a woman in general on Earth in America.
It was scary. It's scary. And being a woman that men deem mildly attractive.
Yeah, you ain't even gotta be the sexiest. You ain't even gotta be half naked. You gotta be half naked. You ain't gotta have a BBL. You don't have to be well endowed. Just being a woman.
And up there, they are so aggressive. Like when I moved to Newark, I moved because I was with someone, and like love and them being like, okay, like we gonna come up here, we gonna build this thing together.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was a photographer. He's actually why I learned how to be a photographer.
Mm.
Like I became a photographer in 2016 because I wanted to be a plus size model. But photographers were expensive and he wasn't always home.
Yeah.
So I learned how to shoot myself and edit myself and do all that myself. But after me and him broke up, like the way the breakup happened was out of nowhere. We were planning to move to another space together, and he one day was like, I'm not moving with you, I'm moving with our two best friends, and you gotta find a place to go. And I was like, I'm about to be homeless. Okay. Cried. I walked for 5 miles and cried. Walked to Family Dollar crying. Walked back home from Family Dollar crying. Called my brother, my mom. My mom was like, I hate there's nothing we can do. I was like, I hate it too, because I don't know what I'm going to do. And got the job at the factory the next week.
Oh, that's when you started working at the factory.
Yeah. And then my brother called me. He was like, hey, I'm on this random conference for work. And my friend's brother lives in Newark, and his rabbit just died. And he's looking for a roommate. What are the odds, y'all? The week I think I'm about to be homeless.
You got somewhere to live.
Me and the brother met. He was a white Portuguese man named Matt. Me and Matt became best friends. The weekend I moved into his home. This is how I knew we were going to be cool. When he sent me pictures of the room, the rabbit had died. He had to clear all the rabbit stuff out. And it didn't have a rod for the curtain. It had a broomstick where the curtain rod.
Okay.
I was like, you're my kind of people, okay?
Yeah, you
like,
make it work.
And then the weekend I moved in, his ex-girlfriend met me on the doorstep the first day I stayed there. And she was like, yeah, he's somewhere on the highway walking. And I called him. He's all like, I'm so sorry, dude, but that's my ex-girlfriend. And me and her came inside. Like, she was like, you want to smoke? Like, we like waited for him, and then like that weekend he took me to the fanciest restaurant to this day I've ever been to. And I ordered rabbit, and I was like, this is messed up because your rabbit just died.
Now I'm trying to eat
I forgot until after, and I looked at him like, is this okay? Is this okay? Because it was good. Okay. It was good. But me and Matt became really, really good friends.
What kind of restaurant serves rabbit?
It was so fancy. That one piece of rabbit and mini waffle was like $80. I was like, what?
And this was in 2016.
And he said, order what you want. I said, I don't think I should. But I'm gonna do what you're telling me to do, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
But me and Matt became very close friends. Like, we used to be up because I got home so late. Me and Matt used to be up at 4 a.m. making homemade pizzas from scratch, because I don't know how this man knew pizza dough by heart. But he would like randomly like drink beer. He put me on the IPAs. He'd be in the kitchen like, you want a pizza? I was like, of course I want a pizza. And he'd just be up there in his Portuguese manner patting out pizza dough at 4 a.m. Like, it was just like the most and we would talk about deep stuff for like 2 hours in that kitchen. But fast forward to when I was walking out like that, and it was November, and I found a lump on my breast and just knew I had breast cancer. And I told my lead at work about it, and he was like, just keep a listen out for it, just go on a day off. Went on a day off, and they were like, no, you have to make an appointment. The appointments can only be made for the days I had to work. I worked a lot. Okay. So I was just like, yeah, I'm about to go to the hospital, because there was one day I just felt really faint. Felt like I was dying, to be honest, and the lump was like bigger. So I was like, okay, I'm either gonna stay on this floor or I'm gonna die. Or I'm gonna go to the hospital. And the guy on the way out was like, yeah, if you leave, don't come back.
That was one of your managers?
Yes. And I can't go into a lot of detail because I'm taking y'all to court or something. Yeah, that's illegal. But yeah, the guy was just like, yeah, don't come back, you won't have a job. And I left. I went to the hospital. I called my best friend Hashan, who only had 2 teeth. That's my boy. Hashan is in jail. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sad about that. But he was my best friend in Newark. He had 4 teeth at the time we were best friends. And then he had 2
now
teeth.
He has.
He used this, like, he saved his teeth as weapons. Different conversation. But Called Sean. He met me
I'm
out the
trying not to
house.
laugh because it seems like a serious story.
It's also very funny.
It is like what? My boy only had which ones? Which
The
ones?
sides. The sides.
Damn,
Ironically.
he didn't even have the front.
No, there was nothing there.
My boy wasn't.
And he still spit game at every woman in there and got some of them.
How old was he?
43.
That's relatively.
He used to be a pimp, so he still had his pimp.
So
stuff.
somebody.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry. Somebody,
Life did it. Life did it.
Yeah, somebody messed up.
But I called him, and I was like, yeah, bro, I think I got breast cancer. So the lady called me to the back. I had like a hospital robe on. I had my mom's number on speed. I was like, I'm about to have to tell my mom I'm dying.
Oh no.
And I'm only 27. Like, I'm really about to have to tell her I'm
27.
dying. Yeah, by that point I was 26. I was 26 when I had to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I'm about to have to tell my mom I'm dying right now. And I called my mom, and I was like, the doctor about to tell me something. And then the lady was all like, so you don't have breast cancer, you have a clogged milk duct. And I was all like, explain yourself.
Like, how's it clogged? What's going on?
And she was like, have you been having any weird symptoms? I was like, yeah, my cycles have been just a tad bit short, but I've been still having cycles every month. Like, I work so much, I don't know. Like, I'm gaining a little weight because I've been tired at work. I've been moving slower. She was like, it's because you're pregnant. And you're at the end of your second trimester. And I was like, I'm what? Oh, what did you say I am? So she was like, yeah, you're not dying. You're just having a baby. And then I thought in my mind, like, I cannot have a baby in Newark, New Jersey. I cannot put my child through this. And I decided to come home. Ironically, my mom had come home from Texas just a few months earlier. So me and my mom always find our way back to each other. I never know how it's gonna happen, but life always brings us back together. And Indigo brought me back to Columbus at a time where I was needed the most and didn't even know it. And I didn't know when I came back I'll be saying goodbye to my grandfather. I didn't know when I came back that my grandfather had lost memory of almost everyone. And I didn't know when I came back that I would become his caretaker. So I was pregnant, caring for my grandfather. Like, I would be helping him bathe. And shout out to Jim, because there were nights where I just could not do it. I couldn't lift that 200-pound man every time. And he would come over at night and we would be lifting my grandfather. We'd be wiping him like a baby. And we would be talking to him. Like, we had to talk to him like caretakers because there were a lot of points where he didn't know who I was. And there was one day right before I had Indigo. I was literally like the week of inducing. Well, like the week they were supposed to induce me, and my grandfather looked at me. He said, "Hey, Ken, my roly-poly." He used to call me his roly-poly when I was a child because I was a chubby baby. He was like, "Hey, Ken, how you doing there?" Because he put there at the end of all his sentences. And I just like, whenever I ran upstairs and bawled my eyes out, like, you know who I am. And I told him I loved him. And he told me he loved me too. And then I lost him. Like, his mind it left. And I don't think it ever came back for me. When Indigo was born, like, he loved Indigo. I don't know if he even knew who Indigo was, whose child Indigo was, but he loved Indigo. He would always be asking to hold him. And anytime Indigo was downstairs, we would try to put the bouncer in front of my grandfather so he could see him. But yeah, like, I feel like I was brought back to Columbus through Indigo to be with my grandfather as well and be able to tell him goodbye properly and help make it a little easier for him. Like, I still to this day pray I made it easier for him to go and not be in pain all the time. Because we did a lot of flipping. Like, the first week I had Indigo, like, I ripped my stitches trying to pick up my grandfather because my grandfather had fallen on the floor.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I tried to pick him up and it did not go well.
So you're the person that people lean on a lot?
Sadly, I am the person people lean on, and now I don't do that job well because I need those people. I feel like when you've been a healer for so long and you've been the person trying to be there for everybody, you eventually need you. Because it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming always trying to be the lover and the supporter and the person holding everything up and keeping everybody else together. Because who's keeping me together? Right.
Sometimes you're given from my niece when she was like 7, she was like in kindergarten or something. I don't know. she wasn't 7 in kindergarten, but you know what I mean. She was young. And she, in 2016, she was telling me about how they learned about bucket dippers. And I said, well, what's a bucket dipper, Naya? And she was like, a bucket dipper is a person who they'll dip from your bucket, but they won't pour back.
Wow.
And so I think about that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, who taught these children this magnificent concept?
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, kids are getting that young. We didn't get that.
We didn't get that.
How do I adult?
Right. What's going on? But yeah, a bucket dipper. I mean, and not saying that these people intend to dip in your bucket. They just, though they don't intend to just take from your bucket, they also subconsciously didn't intend to pour back into it.
We allow that though.
Yeah.
That's what the other thing I had to learn is that you are allowing people to be takers when you could be around people who are either givers or reciprocators. Where people are reciprocating that energy, but there's a thing in that because the people that take make you feel needed, and they
make you feel like you have a place, a purpose.
They make you feel important for a time period. So before the draining,
but you learn how important you are when you are in the losing position.
Yes,
that's when you learn, and that sometimes that can be pretty hard to face once you realize, like, oh, your value, there was only value in me to you because it served you, because I served you. But when it came to me needing something from you, you were too good for it.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, and I mean, again, some people don't do it on purpose. Some people don't do it consciously, but they do it. So this year has been a good year for you, right?
Yes.
Career-wise.
Yes.
Yeah.
This and technically from October of last year till now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I went on your Facebook page, and when we go on your Facebook page, what can we see pinned at the top?
Authentic power, right? For the work that comes with being the custodian of this really special cultural artifact called essence, I gotta be at my best. So this clothing, this design, the intent behind it is so that I'm as protected as possible.
You can see the CEO of Essence, Miss Carolyn Wonga, wearing a dress made out of fabric that I designed. So it has my artwork printed on it and affirmations I intentionally put in just for her.
Oh wow!
And the garment was sewn by a celebrity. He's a celebrity clothing designer.
Wow. So does that make you a fashion designer?
It does.
You a fashion designer?
It does. I'm actually working on my first fashion show here, and I keep postponing it because it has to be done the right way.
Don't be so perfectionistic that you never do it, because that's what I be doing.
Yes. Look, it's happening.
We can go and look out for that. We are looking out for that. What you gonna have at your fashion show?
I'm gonna have models. I'm gonna have art. It's gonna be black light. So everything is gonna go in the dark, including the people that come. Your ticket will come with a shirt that glows in the dark. The art on the wall will also glow in the dark. And you're gonna see an interactive photo and art exhibit. So what that means is that you can interact with it. It'll move with you. Things like that. You'll see. And it's gonna be dual with another project I'm working on, because I'm working on my first book.
Okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be a book release and fashion show.
Awesome. So you've really been in your photography bag lately.
I have.
Because every day I wake up and I check Facebook, and one of the first things I see is one of your beautiful face doing something. Whether it's, you know, your posed in nature, you may be posed with your artwork. You're being creative. First of all, that there's this like photo, I would call it like cocoa butter brown. I will post it here so y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't know how to describe it, but you look so, to me, like almost esoteric. Like, you look so good.
It was the cover for like the Selfish video that I posted on Facebook.
On and crack the front and the back. Yes.
Thank you to Wireless Inc. at 1813 Stadium Drive for helping me to get my phone replaced with the new iPhone 14 plus. iPhone gang, thank you.
Yeah, I was trying to help this elderly lady into the car, but back to.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Not the cracks, but the other part.
Oh. Oh yeah. Anytime. So the place that we met, that I was trying to remind you of, we met at the Renaissance Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were doing photography, and your artwork was in the building, and I just remember I was like, who is that? I was like, how is she so sexy? She got this big, yes, you had this big afro, you had the yellow dress. I think you wore sneakers.
I did.
Yeah.
Because I had to walk a lot.
Mm-hmm. I was like, what's up with this? Like, not like in a judgmental, like something's wrong, but in a like trying to understand how you were able to work that. I was like, yeah, that's like,
Oh,
that's
that
right
means
there.
a lot. We did meet at the Renaissance.
We did.
It's been, that feels like years ago.
But
I'm
right,
not
it
even
does.
gonna lie
It
to
does.
you.
It feels like there have been so many lessons learned this year.
Oh,
There's
my
been so many
goodness.
experiences, so much growth, so much movement, you know.
Yes, this was the fastest, slowest year ever.
It was
That was this year.
That was this year.
Wow.
At this point, who are some people that have, you know, influenced your life?
That list is infinite at this point because
when you're a true creator, you open yourself to receive.
Yes.
There's so many people who would influence. Who are some of the people who helped you to become that receptive Gappy?
First off, I want to shout out my mom and my dad. Because on the music tip, they exposed me to so many different types of music. Because my dad used to be a drummer, so he used to play in clubs behind bands. Like, he used to be a drummer in Connecticut. But he's one of the first people that taught me about the love for music. Because like jazz music, he put me on to so many jazz artists like Boney James. I love that man. Okay, I grew up on you. Stevie Wonder. I was 3 years old singing Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
What I know about Stevie Wonder at that age is beyond me.
Yeah.
My mom and my dad both putting me on to like Erykah Badu, and my sister as well. I have an older sister. My sister is 44. I'm sorry if I got your age wrong. I'm so sorry.
This is both of their daughter though.
No, that's my mom's daughter.
Oh,
We
your
have different
mom's
dads.
daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my sister is like still one of the coolest people to me. Like from fashion sense to music. Like she put me on a Music Soul Child. She put me on a T-Pain.
Okay.
Like my sister put me on to so much good music, and like so my family, honestly. Me and my brother, like my brother is one of my biggest influences and inspirations, even though he's my little brother. Like just seeing his hustle. My brother's been in music his entire life, but from the age of like 8 or 9, I remember him learning how to play the piano, like teaching himself.
Oh.
I remember him learning how to compose, like composing entire like songs with instruments and voices on his computer. And like he started a song group as his senior project in high school. And he was a song leader in church. Like the hustle is crazy. My brother was doing music before me. Simply Rich music. That's my brother.
Okay.
And like just seeing his hustle and how much he believes in me. Like it hit different when somebody that knows your story believes in you.
Yeah.
Because he's seen me fall. He's seen the times where I've cried and didn't know what I was gonna do in life. But my brother is always encouraging me. Always been there for me.
Right.
Like, yeah, my brother is everything to me too. There's this man in Newark that worked in the chicken place that stayed open to like 2 or 3, and this man would walk up to me and be like, "You're a queen. Like, never forget you're a queen. Never forget how great you are." Like that's all he would tell me when he gave me my food, and he told me like, "You're gonna be something big someday." Matt, who was my roommate, Matt and I. The VMAs was happening down the street from our house.
Really?
In 2019 in Newark. And me and Matt was like, "Get dressed up. We're going down there to where the celebrities walk out." And we got dressed up. And as we were walking down there, this guy said, "Welcome to Newark." And me and Matt looked at each other like, this man thinks we're celebrities. Okay.
Oh.
And then when me and Matt were across the street looking at the celebrities coming out, Matt was like, "One day that's going to be you." And I said, and you gotta wear a dress because you're gonna be there with me. So to this day, Matt, when I get there, you gotta wear a dress and you gotta put flowers in your beard because we talked about it in 2019, and now I'm actually making music.
Yeah,
that was when he used to hear me like singing in the shower, and he said one day that's gonna be you. And just like the other musicians I've met here, like my fellow musicians, like y'all inspired me so much.
Really?
Like seeing y'all hustle and knowing that I'm not doing it by myself, because we are like a family. Like we love on each other and we encourage each other and we're there to support each other, and we learn each other's words to some of our songs so we can sing them together.
Yeah.
And
so that when you're on that stage, it's not like you're just singing to a crowd that does not know you. I when I would see y'all doing that, I'd be like, dang, that's so cool. They don't know me yet.
Oh, now we do though.
Yes, now y'all do.
Because I done definitely started memorizing some songs.
Oh, you have? You be listening to my songs?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we all do.
Oh.
At this point. And I'm trying to make sure I learn all my friends' songs. So if ain't nobody else singing, y'all gonna see me. But my fellow musicians mean everything to me. Like my fellow Queen musicians, like you, Souls, Nat G,
yes,
Roger, Buddy Pacino.
Roger. Shout out to Roger.
Roger is a lyrical beast. Cause that uterus line, she said in one of them songs they performed at the last time I see her, I to this day, I'm shook. To this day.
Roger was one of the first artists.
Yeah.
So he was the first artist that I met here. He was the first friend that I made here. And we made a song together. And it was released. It's called Bougie. You want to hear it?
I'm like, what is that?
It's on all platforms.
Oh, I want to hear this for real.
Yeah, we made it in my living room.
That's crazy.
We recorded it at the studio with Ray Baker. Back in 2020.
I guess I'm bougie.
That's it.
The trip on my wrist, give me that, give me this. We can cop the his and hers, dollar signs, bring me this.
I'm rapping.
What you mean? Give me one of everything. I like Prada, Givenchy, Saint Laurent, Versace. Yeah, I like stacking bags, like my hair long, like my cash, like my men tall, like the Wade adjusting, all the same. Struggling, he a lame, ain't got money, that's a shame. If you ain't about that guap, then don't even speak my name, Sim.
Louis, Gucci, Fendi, Prada, Fenty, Gucci, Balenci.
We did this.
Louis,
It's a good song.
Fendi, Prada, Fenty,
And then it switches up again.
Nice cars, top floor, 5 stars, nice things. Give me everything I want.
I like anything. I like
crazy.
I like them diamonds that shine on my wrist and shine on my pinky ring.
I am so shook right now. I need more rapping, Chauntoria. I need more rap. We need more rapping. That was fire.
Yes.
What?
Yes, I did not have a singing verse on that song at all.
Why do we not know this exists? Okay, it might have just been me.
No, it's everybody. Don't nobody know.
Why don't we know this exists?
I don't know why you don't know it exists.
We need a video.
Video. Listen, this was the plan for the video. So we are on the end of our journey back home.
This has been a great conversation.
It has. It was real easy. Do you want to tell me a little bit about your art pieces, or did you already tell me a little bit about your art pieces back here?
I think at this point most of my pieces are related to like healing, so they are a part of my healing process.
Okay.
I paint with a lot of blues. I got blue hair.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, it's like the healing process for me, because as you know, recently had a divorce, and just trying to find myself in that, because when part of your identity is connected to another human being, and you and that human being are no longer together romantically, but y'all are still friends, but you're no longer together romantically, there comes a part of your process where you're like tumbling around and you don't know who you are outside of that. And I know for me with my music, because I started making music like only 2 years ago, and I started it with that person, and you know, trying to find who is Gappy without without that.
Yeah.
Who is Gappy without that other human being connected to her in that way? And I mean, I can honestly admit these past few months musically have been very difficult for me because I don't know my identity musically outside of this. And like, it's painful to do shows, but I force myself to do them because I have to find that identity for myself. I have to find out if this is, you know, like something I can do. Or
music?
If I'm gonna, yeah, so it's weird. I realized that I put a lot of my music confidence into like who I was with, because I started it while with that person. I've never done it singularly by myself.
Okay.
So
let's just test out your theory here. When you put the pen to the paper,
yes.
Did he feed you words?
No.
Okay. Do you make beats or do you just choose them?
I make them. I make most of them. I choose very few.
Okay. When you make the beats, does he choose what sounds?
No.
Does he choose the arrangement?
No.
What is it? What did he feed into that made you feel that? Not saying that he didn't do anything to appreciate you, acronym Jim.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to build my girl back up. So, why don't you believe that Gappy is the one?
It's a fear thing, you know. It's a fear thing because when me and him were together romantically, you know, like as a couple at shows, it was easier to move. I didn't have to worry about people being like, oh, here's like this chick doing music, like why should I value or listen to her? I deal with that now, where people do not want to take me serious at hip-hop shows, and that is also why I've been stepping into spaces that are not hip-hop focused.
So he was your backbone.
Yeah, musically, absolutely. He gave me the confidence when I didn't have it. Now I don't have that hype person hyping me up if I feel like I don't belong somewhere. Like, there are times where I'm asked to step into spaces, and I'm not a hip-hop artist, y'all. I rap. That is one very small part of what I do musically.
Okay.
So being asked to step into spaces with people who are like really that, and trying to find my value, like, that is something I've been struggling with, and it's something I have no shame in admitting because I'm human, you know. Like, I go through those processes. I think we all go through moments where we're just like, do I belong here? Because once again, I'm still new to this. 2 years is not a long time to be making music from the beginning.
But the timeline doesn't fully matter. Just like a relationship, you can be with someone for 5 years and have more of an in-depth relationship than someone who's been married for 20 years because they don't put anything or receive anything. You know, there's no substance to it. So just because you just started 2 years ago, you know.
Yeah, I gotta stop reminding myself of that.
Yeah, because I mean, I've been making music since 2019, and more people, honestly, more people know you than they know me.
I don't agree.
They're gonna be like, who this is talking to Gappy out here?
I cannot. You're ridiculous.
They're gonna be like, who is this girl?
I cannot.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, why Gappy talking to her? Yeah, but
You are ridiculous, because you are a beast. You are a musical goat out here. Like,
thanks.
once again, first time you performed, I cried and dropped everything.
Did you?
Literally, second I heard you a cappella in Summer Walker.
Yeah.
Like, tears. I looked at you, I'm like, who is she?
And everybody like, we don't know. That's my point.
No, it wasn't like that though. And that was my first time there. Okay.
Oh, that was your first time there?
That was my first time at Columbus Got Talent when I heard.
Oh, but you did great. I remember being like, damn, she must do this all the time.
No.
I remember you, okay, I don't know if this was the same night, but I remember you pouring a drink on your hand and you like, ugh. I was like, damn, she's really into it.
I definitely, that was my 4th performance ever. Like, when we met the beginning of this year.
You're so raw. You're so raw. Oh, you are R-A-W-R.
I love how you say it. You make it sound cool.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we said it, it was just like, what are we saying this for?
Yeah.
But I did not know what I was doing. When I was at Columbus Got Talent, I that show built me a lot. So shout out to JMC.
That's what I'm saying.
Because,
like, you did it consistently.
Yes.
It became the Gappy show. We knew where to find you.
Look, I was just happy to be there sharing my music. Like, even to this day, that's how I feel. I am just thankful to be able to, like, be on platforms people want to hear me on. Like, y'all want to hear my music? Thank you. Y'all want to like be in the same space and share energy with me? Like, that is a blessing to me. But yeah, like, I'm just thankful to be able to like share my gifts and like people actually care about them.
Yeah.
I'm thankful to be alive in a space where like my gifts have value. Like, I look at people like Ma Rainey, who was like one of the musical pioneers in Columbus, and just all she had to go through for women like us to walk and to run and to live and be okay. Whose little dogs are these?
These are the
Whose
dogs from
big
inside
dogs
that
are
fence,
these?
ain't it? Those are the dogs that were.
How did they get out? They not supposed to be
and
out.
they trying to get back in.
Oh, I just got sad.
Pull on the side of the road.
Pulling the dogs out.
Oh yeah,
That black dog kind of big. No, no racial at all. The black dog
It ain't
kind
because
of
he black.
big.
It's just because he's big. The emphasis is on the big.
This talk has given me life.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go in and write some songs now because I feel inspired.
Awesome.
Like, yeah, I needed
So you
this.
just gonna go? Like you gonna go?
I'm not leaving.
Oh, okay.
I
But
was like, look.
so y'all, let's thank Gappy again for being here. We are so grateful for you, grateful for sharing your talents in this lifetime, deciding to share your talents and not sit on them. You know, just thank you for believing in you enough to be like, you know what? I am going to walk home from this job. And I am going to listen to Matt. And I am going to nurture the child within me so that the adult me can be great.
Thank you so much. Thank
And
you for
you
the
shine.
platform.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
It's a platform. We just
Yeah,
gonna
it
call it
is.
that. It's a
It
platform. It is a
You know?
healing platform
Yeah.
for creatives like me that don't get to talk a lot.
Oh, really?
In safe spaces where I feel safe enough to like share in my struggles.
Yeah.
It's not that I feel ashamed in what I've been through, because I don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I don't always feel safe to voice what I've been through, and I feel more free
Yeah.
now that I've been in a safe space where I can do that.
I'm so grateful that I'm able to do that for you, and I must honestly say that I'm starting to see that platform
Yes.
becoming something great for myself and others. And I honestly, like I think I've said this before, but I do this all the time. I do this, what I'm doing with you, I do this anyway. But the difference is now I'm doing it with great artists like you, and I'm letting other people in. You know, because when we sat down, the first time we spoke to each other, first time we sat down with each other,
Yes.
we had a good ass conversation, no cameras rolling, and it went a lot like this.
It was great.
Yeah.
Every conversation.
Yeah. And so, yeah, this is healing for me too. Knowing that I'm there for people. It's gonna be healing for others. It's really, this journey is gonna be exciting.
Yes.
I did not see this show going the way that it's going now. I did not see cartoons becoming this. I was at a low place when I started cartoons, honestly. I was at a place where I was just like, if I stop moving now, I won't do this anymore. But I already told myself, thank God for me speaking to my inner child like we talked about earlier. But I had already told myself that I would never give up on this. And before my mom passed, she made me promise that I would never give up on this. So in order to not stop, I needed accountability. And I needed that from more than just me, you know. So I let y'all into these car talks so that I would not stop. I showed up to that show where you headlined, and I was so grateful that you asked, because that got me back in. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I had not performed since like July before I went to your show, and that was in September.
What? That's crazy. Yes, that list was so intentional.
Yeah.
I brought out all my talented friends.
Yeah.
Like, there was no way you were not going to be included in
I
that.
appreciate
Okay.
that. I really do.
Like,
yeah, that breathed life back into, you know, into me.
You brought your oils out.
I did bring my oils out because I had to justify my being there, you know, at that time.
Ma'am, the second you walked in, we knew why you belonged there before you walked in. But the second you walked in,
yeah, well,
like,
thank you.
You belonged there. Like, you are powerful in what you do.
Thanks.
And this platform about to be huge, and I'm excited for it.
And I'm nervous about it, you know, because I don't want to be anyone's competition, especially when I didn't come into this with the intention of this being this. This chose me. I didn't choose this.
And that's why you know it's meant to be.
Yeah, but that's gonna be hard. Some people gonna be like, well, why is she doing this?
And we don't care about them. Because then you got people like me that are saying, this is what she's supposed to be doing. She healing people.
Okay.
Like, you are healing people. You are healing yourself. You are having important conversations in a space that you have created.
Yeah.
That's yours.
Yeah.
Nobody can take away that. And when it is predestined, like, nobody can step on that, okay? All you gotta do is just walk in your purpose and in your power. The right people will always be there. And the wrong people gonna fall off anyway.
Right.
So we don't care about them.
Thank y'all. This has been another episode of Cartoons. Let me. Almost forgot. I meant to do this in the beginning. I always do that. Your oils. She is one of my only customers. Her and Mahogany.
For now.
They are one of my only customers that always order Fruit Loops as a body oil because I only make it in candles and room sprays. It's called Cartoons and Cuddles, but she loves it in a body oil. I'm just like, that is
everybody loves it. Everywhere I go, I smell Fruit Loops. Oh my God, is that you? Absolutely. Let's become friends. Like, so many conversations.
I never labeled them for her because I don't want you to show it to nobody and then they want to buy it.
I
hey,
want them to support, and I don't want them to smell like me at the same time.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna support y'all. Support.
Yeah,
please.
support. I have some of everything. Y'all see
Smells
my commercials at the end of my episodes, so
it smells amazing.
thank you. And the beautiful art pieces. Let's get a zoom in on them again. The one on the left looks like Megan Thee Stallion's Cena Snow.
I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And then the one on the right, I can't see her.
The
Oh, she just looks like a baby.
a baby.
He's the baby.